Alright, cool. Hello, what's your name?
Hello.
What's your
My
name?
name's Mark Cummings.
And what are you doing in the world today?
Well, I'm from San Francisco and I've come to the Boom Festival to communicate some breakthroughs that are happening in science that totally recontextualize our science and enable science to embrace and be congruent with the spiritual wisdom traditions of the world that have a much more open-ended view of the nature of reality and the sentient consciousness, spirit-based nature of reality than the general scientific paradigm. And this largely comes about through a revolutionary breakthrough that's happened in science that has actually disclosed to us that space is not empty. The space is actually a highly energetic medium of infinite energy density and containing enormous radiance, boundless luminosity, and that space is the very substance of mind or pure awareness. The space is a sentient medium of infinite potential, and that space is actually manifesting as the whole material universe. Matter itself is a dynamic modification of field space. It's pure dynamism. This is something that's good. There's no such thing as anything static. Every electron is an actual geometrico-dynamic modification of the field of what we call empty space, which is actually not empty. Science has tended to call space the vacuum, when in fact it's nothing but nothing like a vacuum. It's in fact not only not empty, it's so full of energetic potential, it's more appropriate to call it the plenum. The word plenum means an absolute fullness. And so space is an absolute fullness. We now know that. It's a scientific fact. In fact, it's the whole foundation of quantum field theory and quantum physics views that space is filled with something called the zero-point energy. Where we need to expand our concept of energy to include space itself. Space itself is basically pure, unmanifest energy. And the possibility of understanding how we can translate some of that latent, unmanifest potential energy into usable energy in this dimension may in fact give us a kind of technology that can make fossil fuels obsolete and enable us to tap into the radiant field of the plenum, which we're already tapped into. In fact, it's that very field which is living us right now, enabling us to breathe and enabling us to be aware. Space is aware.
Thank you.
Very well.
And that's reality.
That's the way it is.
Breakfast. Breakfast. Jag har passerkuppen här.
Var kommer ni ifrån då?